producer. Oh, Piera, I have so many questions for you. So ultimately, as a creative, right, what would you say have been the biggest challenges that you've had to overcome in your career, whether it's being a singer, an actor, or producer, or even entrepreneur?
That is, fantastic question. We all have the sort of challenges and ups and downs that we've got to push through. As I would say with singing is, when I was younger, I was definitely singing a lot more classical sort of opera music.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed it, but I felt like I could do more. I felt like my character
Mm-hmm.
could come out more.
Mm-hmm.
And I discovered jazz. And as soon as I started singing my very first jazz piece, I felt so at ease, and that I could have a lot more fun with it. Not saying that you can't have fun with classical music, but for me personally, I just felt like I could have more fun. I could breathe differently and communicate my stories differently. And it was sort of like that bridge was very. It took a while to find.
Mm-hmm.
But then once I found it, I was sort of blown away. I was like, oh, okay, this is a new kind of story. And
yeah.
I've been very fortunate having a really great teacher, Kate Baker, who's part of the Arts Global Artists,
mm-hmm.
Which I happen to be one Arts Global Artist as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been really amazing working with her and sort of discovering this new part of myself, essentially. And that in itself was a challenge because I didn't know that about myself. And suddenly I found this new discovery.
Okay. So you would say trying to find like your niche or that space of creativity that really touched you more and kind of took you to the next level as an artist.
It gave me freedom. It gave me freedom.
Gotcha.
Absolutely. And really also discovering this sort of new voice. Then I started writing more songs, playing the guitar, playing the piano, and just had more freedom in what I could do.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't have to just limit myself to just classical music. I can sing any genre. I can sing, well, maybe not heavy metal. I mean, who knows? I could have a good scream. But from pop music or to folk, etc., that it's sort of given me that, sort of opened a different door, which has been really, really great.
Mm-hmm. And what about like mindset? You know, being a creative isn't necessarily like super easy in the sense that you have a lot of rejection or you have people that, you know, maybe even challenge, right, your life purpose. Like, what do you mean you want to be a singer? What do you mean you want to, you know, be happy in life, right? Like,
you're like, you have to explain it. I have to say, they're like, really? Is that? And I'm like, absolutely. If anyone ever questions what you were doing, say absolutely, and I love it. So, I mean, really, for me, with being a creative is surrounding myself with people who really support what I'm doing. It's so lovely from my parents, obviously my family, and also even friends of family, which is so lovely. Some of my parents' friends are always egging me on or sending me an encouraging text. And I'm very, very grateful. And my friends are always supporting, sharing posts, you know, sharing the song link, you know, share it's complicated, I tell them, like, share the press links it's been getting. And they're like, okay. And like, they're so ready to support me, which is such an incredible thing to have. And to be an artist, you need this support network. And to sort of have the confidence to know that, you know, whatever you're doing, people are enjoying it, people are loving it, and you just got to keep moving forward and keep looking for the new creations or inspiration and finding that work yourself.
And in addition to having a supportive tribe, what else would you say, like, you would attribute to your success as a creative?
That's lovely.
Obviously talent, right, Mama? Right. That's always helpful if you can actually do what you set out to do, right?
That definitely helps. And I'm again very grateful for people recognizing that in me and saying, yes, this is what you should be doing. So sometimes you need that encouragement. You do. Mm-hmm. You need to have someone say, okay, right, that is exactly what you're supposed to be doing because you have this talent or talents, whatever you're going for. Mm-hmm. It's a lonely journey being an artist. It is.
Absolutely.
It's a lonely journey, but then you encounter so many different people, whether you're doing different projects or working with a recording studio or a production team on a short film or film. You sort of have these small experiences with different groups of people. But that's what's so marvelous is that your network just grows and grows, and it all becomes like family. Mm-hmm,
mm-hmm. And what would you say has been the most meaningful lesson you've learned in your career so far?
Have power in your vulnerability.
What do you mean by that?
You're like, interesting. So back in acting school, a teacher of mine, Anya Safir, I remember after I had done a scene and I had shared something, sort of revealed myself, which is what you're supposed to do as an actor. Mm-hmm. And I was very nervous and sort of a bit scared of this vulnerability that I had found. And I just remember her coming up to me and she just said, you need to have power in your vulnerability. And I just thought, that is so true. You need to have the power to share yourself with others. And sometimes you're not going to be, happy, bubbly, etc., because we're human. So we're going to reveal in whatever stories, especially as artists that we tell, we're going to be revealing something about ourselves. So in the song, like It's Complicated, I'm revealing about past loves and loves that I have, but also the listener is hearing a story that they can also interpret themselves. And they are hearing that vulnerability and recognizing it with themselves, whether it, as it's a song or a movie or a play. And that's just always stuck with me. So whenever I feel a bit vulnerable, I'm like, well, I'm going to be grounded in my vulnerability and know that this is powerful and that I can use it.
Absolutely.
But I can create. I can go off. I can write songs and write.
Absolutely. You are listening to Our Voices on the voice of Nassau Community College 90.3 WHPC. My name is Natasha Nurse, and my special guest today is Piera Van de Wiel. She's a British actor, singer, and producer. Piera, there's so many questions and so little time. Oh, my gosh. Okay. So what we will do is, before we get into the next segment of questions that I have for you, I do want you to repeat again, where can people get It's Complicated, learn more about you as an actor, as a singer, as a producer? Where do they go?
Well, I would definitely go to my website. So www.pieravandewiel.com.
Spell that out again.
Also follow, of course, www.pieravandewiel.com. And also, please follow me on Instagram, which is at Piera Van de Wiel.
Perfect. Okay. Awesome. All right. So you, like I said, I have so many questions, but I do also want everyone listening to Our Voices to learn a little bit more about you, since you were just talking about having power in sharing your voice and sharing your vulnerability. So with that, I hope you can get real vulnerable and share your number one thing on your bucket list.
Oh, that sounds fun. On my bucket list. Okay.
Do you have a bucket list? You're like,
I mean, I do have a bucket list. No, I'm thinking. I've got like different bucket lists. If that makes sense. I have like a traveling bucket list.
Okay.
I'm not going to give you that one. Well, actually, I've been asked, this is a question I've been asked quite recently, is someone said, if you could do something with your career, where do you want to get to? How far do you want to achieve?
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing I thought of, I just was like, okay, I mean, it might sound very odd. Who knows if it ever will happen? But I was like, I want to sing at the Oscars. I was like, I want to write a song, and I want to be a part of a film that's part of the Oscars, etc., and then to be asked to sing that song at the Oscars.
Beautiful. And I hope everyone listening.
Love that. That would be so great.
Yes. And you manifested
it. As the composer and the singer.
Yes. So when this happens, you have to absolutely say, I predicted it on Our Voices on 90.3 WHPC. You have to tell everyone. That's awesome. Okay. And who are artists that you love? Like, who are singers that really move and motivate you?
Oh, that's a very easy question. I'm an old soul with a young heart, so to speak. That's sort of how I market myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I love Etta James, Ella Fitzgerald, but I also love Norah Jones.
Yes.
Norah Jones is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And Diana Krall. They all sort of sing with this effortless, easy style, and there's glamour to it. It's very beautiful, but also story and vulnerability.
I love it. Okay. And if you were not currently an actor, singer, or producer, what would you be doing? Fill in the blank.
Ooh. Okay. I love to help people.
Mm-hmm.
And can it be to do with music?
Yeah, sure.
Can it be in the industry?
Absolutely.
I'm not sure. I could go completely off with this one, but that is a hard question because I absolutely love what I do, but
mm-hmm.
I would love to be a music therapist.
Oh, interesting. Oh, yeah.
I mean, I've started strong with music that essentially is promoting mental health, etc., and that's what music therapy does.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, absolutely. And still something you could do. So, world, look out. I love that.
We're going to add another slash: actor, singer, producer.
Yes.
Therapist.
Yes, absolutely. You could do that when you retire, right? Like that can be your transition career.
Maybe, who knows?
Yeah, after you've sung at the Oscars, you can definitely tote that. Do you have a favorite quote or affirmation that just like moves you in the morning or when you're feeling down?
I do. Absolutely. I do. So something that I have actually on my phone, it's on my phone lock, is, so whenever I'm worrying about something or dealing with a challenge, I have a look at my phone as we're always carrying it. And mm-hmm. It says, what if everything you're going through right now is preparing you for a dream bigger than you can imagine?
I love that. Wow. Very, very powerful. And it's just
sort of a reminder that the dreams can and will fall into place.
Mm-hmm.
You have to put in the work.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The testimony is filled with good, bad, and ugly and indifferent and everything in between. So I love that.
Exactly.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. I've actually recently... So I've actually just come out with an article in Like a Boss Girl,
mm-hmm.
which is about empowering women, and they've just done an article on me, and I'm answering a lot of questions also on this article about the song and personal anthems and advice, etc., about being a singer and an actor. You guys should definitely check it out.
Awesome. Will do. All righty. Well, thank you so much, Piera, for being a guest on Our Voices. I know that our audience found you both as informative and inspiring as I did. So again, my name is Natasha Nurse. I'm the proud host of Our Voices here on 90.3 WHPC. Our show's creative director is Rudy J. Breedy. Visit nccradio.org. That's www.nccradio.org for more information. This will be available as a podcast on iTunes, Android Podcasts, and Spreaker. Our Voices is powered by the Nassau Community College Foundation on the voice of Nassau Community College 90.3 WHPC. Have a great day, and we'll see you soon.